is the Comfortably Poor Podcast. An uncensored, wide open, anything and everything goes podcast. You won't find anything like it. And why is that? Because the Comfortably Poor Podcast keeps it 100. Let's go.
About fucking time.
Well, it's the fact that colored people always default to Dominican time. So
Yeah.
colored people time.
Facts.
Colored
Facts.
people. Oh, aren't you so politically correct, Dan? I love you. You are. You're.
It doesn't help that we haven't been
Hell the
live
fuck
in
no,
like
I'm
3
done.
months, you
I'm
know.
Done. This nigga.
It doesn't help that we haven't been live in 3 months. Tech
I'm
problems
finished.
happen. This is the Comfortably Poor Podcast, people. We're back. Hopefully back every week. Appreciate you guys listening and hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys showing us love on social media, checking out the podcast, boosting our numbers. Our numbers have grown a bunch since our last live show, so we're pretty stoked about that. Facts. Yes, 100%. Phone lines are open if you want to join us and be a part of the show. Ask us anything. Talk to us. Share a story. What do you got going on for the weekend? Anything like that. 844-997-0775. Use that hashtag comfortably poor on Twitter. Twitter's where it's at for us. We're going to primarily check the Twitter account more than anything. Chat and YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, Periscope, all that stuff. Find us wherever you're listening to us at. We appreciate you guys. Share it, pass it around, let everybody know. All right, let's get into this. Wait. Because we're doing big things over here. Go to drink.works/CPpod and get you a new Keurig DrinkWorks home bar station and help support the show because we've been partnering with Keurig now. Been a big leading company in the coffee game. They stepped up their game and jumped in the cocktail game. So check out drink.works/CPpod. Get you a DrinkWorks home bar station today and support the show. Appreciate y'all. Okay, now the business is out of the way. Let's get into this shit. What's been up, fellas?
Ain't shit, bro.
It's
I'm
been a
just
minute
trying. Are
since
we
we've been
live?
on.
I just want to make sure we're working out here.
Should we say happy belated birthday to Mama Collins?
Oh yeah.
Celebrating a birthday to Mama Collins.
Mama
Yeah. Much love. Thank you. Listen, it's definitely
We wouldn't
my
have this
mom's
asshole if it wasn't for
little
her.
party. Yeah.
If it wasn't for her
She,
suffering
her
in 9
birthday.
months by choice, of course.
And that labor and that goddamn labor.
3 minutes. I mean, however you want to look at it.
It was all.
Were you guys
consensual.
pushed out into the world, or were you guys C-sectioned into the world?
I was.
Well, see, I was a fat ass baby. I was 13 pounds. When
God damn, your
So-
mom's fucking no wonder. No wonder she didn't want to fucking, she didn't care about you. She was like, I did too much work when you was in me, bitch.
I was a C-section baby. I was a C-section
I
baby for
was
sure.
too.
I was too. I didn't want to come the
I
fuck
was
out of there.
totally-
I was cozy as shit. You know when niggas in the pool? You know when niggas is swimming in the pool and he doesn't want to get out? Yeah, it was like that was me in my mama's stomach. So she ended up doing that, and then she ended up scheduling a C-section for my brother. She was like, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. Just cut me open and take that nigga out. Fuck it.
Yeah. What do you guys know, like, what your measurements and shit were when you guys were born?
To be completely honest, I don't remember. I do know that I was between 10 and 12 pounds, and I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, I was 13'4", 26 and a half inches long. Like,
Dude, you were-
I was huge.
Dude, what happened? So you showed up as a
And
huge
then I
baby,
just
but
stopped-
now you're such a little man.
I just stopped. Yeah, I stopped growing. So this is the problem. Here it is. It fucking made me mad. And I probably can blame this on diabetes too. Fucking diabetes, you sorry son of a bitch.
The problem.
Okay. I was the tallest kid. The tallest kid in my class. All the way through 4th grade. I skied over kids. Always the tallest one. I was like 5'5" in the 4th grade, tall. And I was plump.
You were the size of an average adult, like a short adult, not an average, a shorter male.
We go into
You could
summer.
have been a little man.
100%. We go into summer.
Jesus.
Going into 5th grade, and we come back, and I'm like the shortest motherfucker. All these little motherfuckers had no skirt. Everybody was 6 foot, 6'1", and I'm still like 5'5".
I know,
5'6".
dude.
Like,
I know.
all
Trust
that
me.
summer.
I know. Everybody
Like,
in my
stop
family, all my
growing.
cousins, most of my cousins grew up to be tall motherfuckers, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know what the fuck happened to this side of the family, but all those motherfuckers got tall. They became fucking
All my cousins.
human fucking freakazoids. I swear to God.
I don't think even the women in my family, they're all like 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot tall. Like, I'm 5'9". Like that's it. Like all my cousins, all the women, my women cousins, they're all taller than me, and the guys, they're all like 6'3" to 6'6". They're huge. They're fucking tall. Like, I got the short end of the stick for sure. It's like, man. And my dad is 6 foot. My mom was probably about 5'5", 5'6", so I got more of her genes, obviously. But yeah, that's one of those things that came back, and all of a sudden I was the shortest one and never grew again, basically.
Yeah, no, it made sense for us. My mom was average. She was probably about 5'5", maybe 5'4", 5'5", and then my dad was literally about the same height. So my dad was short. We outgrew my dad for sure, but not by much. I'm 5'8". My brother probably ended up being about 5'10", which is crazy. You would have never known.
I don't want to be that stereotype, but isn't the Latin culture it's known for always being a little bit short anyway, right? Like
Definitely,
just
but the
kinda-
Mexicans though.
Well,
The more the
wait.
Mexicans.
Hang on. It depends. Yeah, like, because here's the thing. Remember, Europeans have a tall gene. Like, a tall gene runs throughout Europe. So Spaniards typically actually have known to have been pretty tall. But when you start mixing the Taino gene and various like lines from Africa, like, so Central America has varying sizes. A lot of them do tend to be short, and I think that's where it comes from. So like, yeah, some Mexicans tend to be short, you know. A lot of like Dominican.
Oh,
guys,
los mexicanos,
Cuban
güey.
guys. Yeah, exactly. Tend to be fucking short. But a lot of times, the more European you have, the more Spaniard blood you have, the taller genes tend to show up.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
Not always, but you know.
I gotta say, it's so funny because I don't know.
Not always, but
Do you guys know any? I gotta say, super tall Asian people. It's so funny because
Yao Ming.
I don't know.
I don't know any person I
yeah,
know.
You say
Yao
Yao
Ming
Ming.
and Fang
Any-
Ming, but
I
do
gotta
know
say,
Fang
super
Ming
tall
also.
Asian
Fang Ming's
people.
taller than
Wait.
Yao Ming, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, is there a stutter? Did you wait? What, you got a stutter? What are you saying?
No. He's another basketball player. His name is Fang Ming.
Fang
And
Ming.
he's
Fang
yeah,
Ming Ming.
he's- yeah, that's his name.
It sounds like an Asian lady saying "fuck me, fuck me."
I could hear
Okay,
it.
that just made me
That's
laugh
why.
in my own head. That's
I
okay.
could hear it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right. You know, I saw Bob Saget on Rogan, and he was really trying to do some.
Such a good podcast.
It was really good, but you saw him trying to sneak in the really innocent jokes, and it was just like, oof, that's rough. Ouch.
Yeah. He sounds old too.
He sounds like a grandpa, boy.
Like, I know he is old, but well, he's older. But yeah, he sounded rough. He sounded real rough. But I like those kind of podcasts because, and maybe that's just me showing my age a little bit. You know, pushing 40 years, so I'm not getting any fucking younger. But he talked about like the old school comedy, Sam Kinison and
Sam
you know,
Kinison.
old school Bill Burr.
Oh, I loved that. Yeah.
Watching Bill Burr come up as a young comedian.
You know, it blows my mind. You know,
I love those kind of podcasts.
I think about what it would be like to sit in that position of a Billy, of a Norton. Fucking, he talked a story about how he did something with Norton.
Of a Patrice, nigga.
But to be one of those motherfuckers though, to
position?
sit there and be like,
You're a shot caller.
because you're looking at Bob Saget like, holy shit, this is a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the it guy that we want to be. We want to be on TV like him. We want to be, we want to be a superstar like him. How do we do that? And so to think that this guy really saw their come up, was really like hands on. I love that. Like, he talked about all these comics that I fucking came up with. And obviously not the Sam Kinnisons, and I learned about them in my days of coming up with comedy. But like being able to see Billy from his beginnings, being able to see fucking Brewer, Gaffigan, I mean, you name them. Geraldo. I mean, you name them.
Yes.
Colin
Quinn.
Colin, thank you. Bobby Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These guys, thanks to O&A, and we'll never get something like that again. I think that's what makes me so upset as an O&A fan. We'll never get radio like that again. That's for sure. Man, this fucking Peach Ciroc is going down smooth, Daddy. I'm gonna tell you right now, yo. I'm giving a shout out to my man Diddy. Hey, yo, shout out to Dr. Love.
Real shit. Yes, that nigga said Peach Ciroc.
Thanks to your
hit him with the peach seed.
recommendation, we're doing that tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Par excellence.
So, I got a question for y'all. Maybe y'all could. Maybe we can get something out of this. I want to talk about final straws. What's a final straw you can tell us that made you leave a relationship of yours? That you can share, because I want to share mine. I want to share mine with my baby mama, but I want to see if you fellas have some. Meanwhile, CP Pod 100 on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else. That's also where you can find us on Twitch. For some reason, our Twitch didn't shoot off. That's weird. But please make sure that you are following us. You're spending some time with us over there. You know what I'm saying? We just try to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what this is. Let's see how we sound. How we sounding over here? How we sounding out in these streets, as they say.
In these streets.
How did you hear about Tory Lanez possibly shooting at Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that on the Breakfast Club. In fact, they mentioned that shit, possibly shooting at. And they said they found. I thought they were in a car together, and Tory had a gun, and I didn't hear anything else.
Just making sure all the volumes is up, because you sound kind of low to compared to. Yeah, but it's not your fault. It's on my fault. It's my fault. It's on my side. You sound low compared to me. All right. I'm going to turn that up too. And there you go. All right. Let's talk.
Is that official?
Let's talk final straws. I'm going to tell you my final straw with my baby moms, yo, because.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Hit me.
There's certain things that'll drive you crazy. One of the things that'll drive me crazy is if you try to get a hold of somebody that's really close to me. From me. When you know I'm mad at you. When you know I'm mad at you. When you know I'm annoyed with you, don't ever
Like
reach
when
out
you're
to
not
me.
talking to somebody, but that
So
person
nah, if
reaches
I'm
out to somebody
mad,
close
if
to you to
I'm
get in touch.
mad talking to, I'm talking to my girl. If I'm mad at my girl, if we had an argument, so my final straw was Shorty, right? And I love sharing the story because I was completely fucking justified in all this. So Shorty was, I was gonna go out to New York to meet up with some friends. You know what I'm saying? Particularly the girl that I was gonna meet up with, she wasn't gonna be happy about. So of course, nigga got to do his thing. But I said I'm gonna be roaming New York City tomorrow. Do not think I'm gonna be on my phone time and time again. You understand? I got to travel. I have a guide dog to manage. It's. I'm gonna be busy. I'm not gonna be able to look at my phone as much as you think I am. Well, Shorty, after a couple hours, picks a fight with me about not answering, even though we had this conversation the night before. So I was pissed. So I was like, all right, cool, bitch. I told you, yo, you pissed me off. I'm not talking to you for the rest of the day, my G. You understand? If you pissed me off and you understood, because you knew where we sat. So I stopped responding to her. Bro, why did she not only try getting a hold of my best friend at the time, my program director, and tried to spoof her number to see if I would answer any other calls?
This bitch is a fucking espionage. She's a fucking espionage expert, bitch. Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying, right? So now my friend Tanisha hates
hold on.
phone calls
let me
early
ask
in the
this real
morning.
quick.
Yeah,
Let me ask this real quick. When was this? So this is, you said radio director. So this has got to be, you're 27 now. When was this?
I was 21, 2014.
See, and let me guess, this was probably a 19, 20-year-old female?
She was 23. I always dated older. I never dated younger.
But that's such that like 18-year-old bullshit. That's that young girl bullshit.
Right.
That's what I was asking.
Right.
That sounds like some young girl
No,
bullshit.
I believe you. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. So that was it. That was my final straw, though. That's why I'm asking the question, because my final straw for me is when you try to go outside of the fact that I'm mad at you by trying to make it seem to other people that we're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to reach out to my closest people or the people that are in touch with me, and don't try to make it seem like we're okay, and that's why you're trying to figure out where I am. You know exactly what happened. You know exactly why I stopped talking to you. You know exactly why I ignored your ass, because you picked a fight with me about something we had a conversation about the day before. So what is a final straw for you that you can tell on the air that you felt was justified?
for me, final straws are a matter of timing and like accumulation,
Circumstance,
like,
everything kind of.
That's what it is. Accumulation.
I don't really have
right there. That's a key word for me too. Accumulation. How many times does it happen?
Yeah, like I don't have a final straw exactly. Like, I whatever. There's something. I feel like people know. Like I always know. Like there's something that happens. Like it could be something as simplistic as leaving the milk out. It could be something as simplistic as you yelled at me for. It could be a general fight, or it could be just something that you said. Like for me, there's a time where you know what, something clicks in place in your head. This is over. Like so, it's not a final straw so much as a time, just it's something that happens that reaches critical mass, and then I just I'm done.
I'm the same way. Like, it's gonna keep, and I'm a pretty forgiving person. I'm a pretty let's figure this out. Let's do whatever. But
yeah.
If the whatever it is, the thing that could be the final straw keeps happening, then I have an issue. Like, and this is bad because are we talking primarily with females? Are we talking with homies? Are we talking with anybody? We're talking with family? Because for me, I feel like this happens the most.
It definitely could be
with
anything
females that I'm dating.
But that's
like,
why
I tend to not have.
And that's
a lot
exactly
of
why I
final straws
wanted
with the homies or
I wanted
with
it to be
family
brought up
members.
for
Like,
that reason.
Like, I've cut a couple family members off just because of their bullshit that they do, and it's not so much things that they've done to me or whatnot. It's the way they're living their life, and I try to help them, or they just keep screwing up or something, and it's just like, I can't associate with you anymore. Like, you're not getting it. I've got you got to kick rocks. I can't have that in my life. I'm doing the right thing. I'm going this way. You're going that way. Like, best of luck to you. But in my life, so it always tends to be some stupid.
A final straw, I guess, that I can just throw out there that comes to mind is someone lied to me about a pregnancy that they had and said they aborted it with some sort of homemade remedy.
Whoa!
That was a lot to me. Like, but again, it was an accumulation of stuff. If that had been on its own, I probably could have forgiven that if it had just been out there on its own. But there was other shit too that was just getting tiresome.
Okay.
I don't know. There's always something like that. Yeah. I need to be able to trust you. I'm sleeping next to you.
Yo.
But again, that's the
Yeah,
female thing then, right? Like,
Interesting.
in that sense, you're talking solely about a female. So along the same lines of Dan's question, do you guys have final questions with homies? Is there something a homie could do? Like, do you have one of those homies that like fucks up too much, or like you got a homie that starts getting into that deep hardcore drugs? And
Again,
it's like, bro, you got to listen to me. You're gonna fuck up your life or something. Like, where's the final straw with the homie?
So let's say we've been friends for a long. I guess it depends on how long we've been homies. If we've been friends since childhood, and you start going down the wrong path, I might try to guide you away, but I'm gonna make it very clear I'm not following you down that path. If your life starts affecting me, and like that could be mental, emotional, physical, however the fuck it happens, then I'm gonna cut you off. And if it starts affecting me in a negative way, I assume I'd cut you off. I say that, but I've also stuck it out with people through some really hard shit. So it's the reason it's so hard to say is because these are all people I'm assuming we care about, right? Homies we care about, our girlfriends we care about. So you don't.
Y'all hear me?
For me anyway, I don't want to just abandon them just because they go through a hard time, just because one thing happened, or even two or three things happen. Because people have been through all types of shit that I didn't deserve, and I didn't even ask them to be there. And I also know what goes around comes around, so I'm not going to necessarily just abandon them. That's why I keep coming back to the word accumulation. There's
exactly.
just a certain thing.
How many times is it going to happen?
Yeah, like I said, I've known buddies that went down the wrong path, but they kept me out of their bullshit. We could just go have a fucking beer and talk about how shitty life was, and then get back to how shitty life was on our own. Like, so it depends on the homie, how long I've known him. It depends on what is he doing. You know what I mean? And another thing too, like I had a guy who started doing some really, it wasn't drugs, but he got involved in some really shady money making opportunities. Those shady money making opportunities came with shady characters. And he wanted me to keep getting him out of situations. So you get a guy out of one situation, and it's like, okay, well, helped you out. You're a buddy. Of course I'll help you out. Get a guy out of another situation. You get a guy out of another situation. Before you know it, your problems are his problems. His problems are your problems. And your life is now kind of intertwined with his. And it's just, and depending on how bad it is, now they're looking at you as a problem. So
the money one is a big one for sure. I had a homie that I was going through some tough times, and I was going through my divorce. And he helped me out some, but I felt like I was helping him out a lot more. And this was a dude that had money. Well,
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
this is a dude that had money, and he that threw me off. This is the dude that had money, and like he didn't really need money, but occasionally, so he was getting money from like a family member of his, and he was getting a nice chunk of change every so often or whatever. And but every now and then there'd be like this little window of time where he would go through his money before he would get the next kind of re-up of money. And it'd be like, hey, can I get $20? Something, yada, yada, some gas money. It's like, yeah, sure. Can you take me to run an errand or something? Like, I'm going to help you. You help me. We're good. And I didn't have a lot of money. Like I was struggling. I was living in a basement. I was living off an air mattress in a basement. Like, but it was the homie. We had been friends since like 7 years old. And so he comes to me and he's like, bro, I can help you out. And I knew he was like kind of into investing and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, well, sure. And he's like, I just need $500. And in a year, I can turn that 500 into close to $5,000 for you. Like this dude, I got a guy. It's been working. It's one of those things. I got a guy. Like, okay. And this my homie was slick with his words. I believed him, and I gave him the $500. Next thing I know, like he's strung out on pills. He's screwing over a shit ton of people. I end up finding out he takes a car of his girls that he's been driving, and he tries to sell it and does all the shady shit. And that was one of those. That was the final straw. I'm 30 years old, known this dude since I was 7 years old, and this is what you're hustling me? Like, I'm struggling and you're hustling me for $500? Like, nah, kick rocks on me. Like, you're lucky I don't whoop your ass. Like,
yeah, but
get out of here.
that's a prime example of what I was trying to say just a few seconds ago. Like, when your problem,
it's an accumulation.
But when his problems become your, like, specifically a little bit more specifically, I was helping a guy. he kept getting himself into hot water, essentially like with other girls' boyfriends. He was the type of dude who was always pissing girlfriends' boyfriends off. So you would get him out of one situation, and then he'd be fucking with somebody else. It's like, dude, can you not find a girl that has nobody? Like, what are you doing? And like these guys would want to fuck him up, and these guys would come with friends and shit. And I would have to get out there to talk them down. Like, listen, man, listen. Look at him. They like this. Your girlfriend likes him because he's a soft bitch. They look at him because he's a friend. And I would say shit like that in front of him. To talk these guys down. Like, yo, listen, don't fight. And then because after a while it would get to a point like where, listen, I get that you want to fight him, but if you do fight him, you're going to have to fight me. That's when his problems became my problems, and that's when enough was too much. Like, that was way too much. Like, that was like, okay, dude, like, I might have to shoot somebody in the city of Chicago because of you. I might have to go to jail tonight because of you. Like, there's 5 people with bats here. Like, dude, this is the final straw, nigga. Like, but no. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, the homie one is tough too.
The homie one is actually tougher than the girl problem to me.
It is, because you can kind of feel like, well, the whole quote unquote plenty of fish in the sea, it's like, exactly. Maybe this wasn't the right one then. But the homie is like, this is your dude, this is my boy. Like, we've been boys since we were boys. Like, yeah, that's a tough one when you gotta cut ties with the homie, or you gotta, you can't really get out of that one. But I don't know. 844-997-0775. If you want to share anything with us about your final straw, if you've been in a position where you've had to cut ties, or it's been just time to let things go and go your own way, and call it quits with somebody, and see what's on the other side of the rainbow there, or grass is greener on the other side, all those cliche things. But yeah. Phone lines are open. # comfortably poor on Twitter @CPPod100 across all social media platforms. Let's jump into some. I got a couple of would you rather here. I'm not gonna jump into those just yet. Let's go to. We had a couple
We
of
got a lot of
here.
videos, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of clips to talk about. Was there anyone? I'm bougie as shit, so my gardener's here now. So sorry if you guys hear any background noise, but the landscapers here take care of my 100 acres. Just kidding. I wish.
Adam's got a small plantation. Yeah.
Hey, nah, don't use that plantation word with me. Look, Dan and Sam already tried to pin me on the play the racist card with me, saying I didn't get it because I'm white.
I
blah, blah,
know
blah. Don't
you're
play that
not from
racist
the
bullshit with me.
alt-right, Adam. Calm down.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
What's your plantation having?
I wanted to talk a little bit about. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's talk about this because this is always fun.
Trump, you've said many times that the number of coronavirus cases is going up.
This is our
because
president,
testing
people.
is increasing.
Right.
Do you acknowledge that it's going up for other reasons too? For example, that it's actually spreading? And what are you going to do to stop the spread?
Well, you know that we have one of the lowest mortality rates anywhere. If you know Biden and Obama stopped their testing, they just stopped it. You probably know that. I'm sure you don't want to report it. But they stopped testing. Right in the middle, they just went, no more testing. And on a much lesser problem than the problem that we have, obviously, with respect to this is the worst thing that's happened since probably 1917. This is a very bad thing. All over the world, it's 188 countries right now. But no, we test more than anybody by far. And when you test, you create cases. So we've created cases. I can tell you some countries, they test when somebody walks into a hospital sick or walks into maybe a doctor's office, but usually a hospital. That's the testing they do, so they don't have cases. Whereas we do, we have all of these cases. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. At the same time, we have the lowest mortality, or just about the lowest mortality in the world. We're doing a great job. We're doing very well.
Yeah. Well,
This is the beauty of podcasting from home. You know,
Hello?
Hector's out there. He literally just walked by the window. But no, that's our president, people. He was upset because Biden and Obama stopped testing during their time in office. And coronavirus wasn't around. Like, coronavirus was around, but this virus wasn't a thing. Like, how do you say Obama and Biden stopped testing when it wasn't a thing? Like, this is the guy that runs our country. This freaking guy. Excuse me.
Fucking genius.
Yeah. And then it just gets me, you know, we keep coming up with more more cases because we're testing. Huh? Like, what do you expect? Like, what did you want to happen there, Mr. President?
I honestly, I can't deal with stupid. I don't even know how to comment.
You can't.
On that. Like, it's just like,
I can't believe these
bro,
guys
this
can't
is
hear
why
me.
I don't
Guys.
get into politics
Hello?
and presidential shit, dude. Because a lot of times, bro, like, there's only so much I can give, man. And at the end of the day, that sort of stupidity is what we're dealing with on the ground too in public. You know, I've talked to people who literally say that the hospitals nationwide are laying off doctors and nurses.
Yeah.
Laying them off. People who really believe in that, you know. So, I can't really say what.
Excuse me, while Hector comes by the window again. Yeah, I mean, it's just.
You guys can hear me, right?
I guess, as Dan says, though, it's not going to be any better when Biden wins.
I'm not worried about it, honestly. I don't particularly care.
I'm not either, but it's got to be better than what we're dealing with now, even if Biden wins. Like, this stooge in office.
I don't know. It could be better. It could be exacerbated.
Could be.
It just depends.
I mean, Biden would be the one to masturbate. That's for sure. Stupid people jokes. This is always good. You know, the whole topic of Karens is going around right now. And I think a lot of people remember Girls Gone Wild back in the day. Well,
Warning, this video contains adult material for children. Tired of the same old politicians, experts, and doctors telling you to wear a mask? Of course you are. Introducing Karen's Gone Wild, COVID-19 edition. The action never ends when real Karens are asked to wear masks in public or be refused service by private businesses. The surprises don't stop when these lawyer Karens inform you of their rights.
You're breaking the law.
Don't love social distancing? Get up close and personal with these coffin Karens. And it's yours under $99. Use your credit card and you'll get the all-new Racist Karen's Gone Wild All Lives Matter edition for free. Watch as Karens all across America patrol the streets of their suburbs, demanding anyone who isn't white answer a few questions.
I'm asking you if this is your property.
You've never seen Karens like these. They know everyone who lives on this street except you.
You live here? Yes, bitch!
Order in the next 60 minutes and receive Kevin's Gone Wild. Be the first to get your hands on the hottest collection of agitated patriots ready to tell you exactly what they think. Just make sure to keep the cameras running. They love it. Call 1-800 Karen. Specialized.
but oh my
The
god.
funniest thing is that I have a family member named Karen. I'm not going to say which family
that's
member she is,
hilarious.
Okay.
but I do have a family member
Is she
named Karen.
bitchy?
and she's
Is
in my,
she angry and bitchy?
No. She's pretty reserved, and I wouldn't say she's quiet, but she's pretty reserved. She's very motherly, is what she is. And she likes her test tubes, and she likes her saltwater samples. She's a marine biologist.
All right, so a few things before we keep going forward, okay?
Yes.
One, Trump. Okay, this is MAGA hat Dan, okay? Trump was...
Oh yeah. Tell us all about it.
Trump was all he was, what he meant. Okay, you guys always
What
like to
he
take
meant.
things out
Oh,
of
dude,
order.
yeah,
because,
yes. Please interpret it
out
for
of
us.
context because you guys hate Trump. You guys are a bunch of pussy liberals. So Trump, what he was saying there, he was talking about the H1N1 virus, that Obama stopped the H1N1 virus testing. So if he got away with stopping H1N1 testing, why can't he stop coronavirus testing? Right? Everybody? Nobody's with me? No?
No, because H1N1 wasn't near as.
Yo.
No, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. I can't. As an American, I can't let that one slide.
Trump's
No.
an American too, baby. Okay? He
No,
took the oath.
bullshit.
You understand?
Yeah, orange hair.
He's not my American. He's
He's got orange hair. What do you mean?
He's got orange skin. Like fuck him.
Yeah. He's
I
got
hope
a
he gets
spray
skin
tan.
I'm
cancer.
kidding. No, he's got the Snooki treatment though. It's okay.
Lucky treatment. Yeah.
Yeah, stay in the tan bed too long, and you come out a little, different color.
Yeah.
I love this Karen thing though. I honestly, when you hear a word over and over again, it kind of makes you hate it. And Karen is literally becoming that. Like everything is Karen now. But I do love it. I love this fake ad. But man, these white devils out here on the loose, bro. Have you seen the?
Hey.
He's
Hey.
stupid as hell.
All right.
Careful.
Have you seen some of these Karens go nuts? Well, actually, hold on. Let me show you what happens when you're a Karen who doesn't take care of your kid. Because this is good
Okay.
stuff.
My Karen's got triplets.
My Karen's got triplets.
True story. Wait till I tell you who she is. You guys are gonna balk.
I would love it. I can't wait to hear. I want to play this because this just goes to show about parenting is definitely based on ethnicity.
Grounded you are? You just busted a brand new TV!
It's really quiet.
Leland, the TV?
Leland.
God, I didn't even take the freaking tag off yet.
No, Leanna, don't touch it. Oh my gosh. Leland.
So now we got 2 busted TVs.
Get Leland. Run for your life. Leland, give me the hammer. Leland. Give me the hammer. Leland, okay, stop. I don't know what's in those TVs.
God.
Oh,
Give me that
stop
hammer.
it already.
This is your hammer.
So, if it was a Hispanic or black parent,
Oh my God!
would they have just been standing around like that?
Oh, you're
No
I
fucking
would've
way!
had my
no fucking
11
way, dude!
My size 11 would have been up that kid's ass so fast.
That kid would have seen stars.
You
I would have knocked that
took a hammer?
fucking kid out. You're taking a hammer to a new TV? Are you in fucking insane? I spent hundreds of dollars on that TV, and you holy shit, but I'm
My
the racist.
foot
No,
is so
dude,
far
I'm
up
the
the kid's
fucking
ass at
racist
that
though,
point.
right? When I say this is a white family. If it was a Hispanic family, if it was a fucking black family, that fucking kid, his head would have been cut open.
Oh.
Do you understand? His head would have been cut the fuck open. So this just proves my fucking
You know,
point.
the crazy thing, white, black, brown, yellow, whatever. If this was 1990, it would have been that way also.
You're so
It
real,
would have
bro.
been
You're
backhands.
so right.
It would have been
You're
knuckle
so
to knuckle.
right.
It would have been. I would have had belts. I would have had to go pick a branch off the tree. I would have had.
Pick your switch, bitch.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
Pick your fucking switch,
Like
bitch.
you can't do that. You can't do that in 2020. You can't do that. And then the mom. This fucking mom, she's recording it.
The mom is
Like,
just, oh,
you
put
don't
the
have
hammer
time.
down. Put the hammer down. Oh, yeah, like that's gonna stop him. And then, you know how the way that it starts is hilarious. This fucking
Leland.
Ciroc is amazing. The way that it starts makes me laugh because the father. Listen to the father. Listen to the father.
Fucking insane.
I mean, they all sound like a bunch of fucking squares.
They definitely do.
Are you playing it again?
You just busted a brand new TV.
Yeah, he knows that. That's why he's doing it. You fucking piece of shit.
TV.
Yeah, no. You're you see what you're doing? You're busting up our TV. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Why aren't you stopping
I
him?
want to know what happened before that. Like, was it like, I'm taking your iPhone 11 Pro. You can't have your iPhone 11.
You don't have
Max.
no time out from the jungle gym in the back, okay? Time out from the swings. Time out from the fucking playground you got back there. No barbecues. No swimming in the fucking pool, okay?
And he shit and said, I'm gonna grab a hammer and break
I'm
the TV.
gonna break the TV.
Oh my
And
God.
obviously, if you listen to what they said, okay, if you listen to what they said, they bought a TV because he broke their first TV. So he's breaking the new TV after he broke the whole TV.
Leland, the TV. Leland.
Riddle.
God, I didn't even take the freaking tag off yet.
No, Leanna, don't touch it. Oh my gosh. Leland.
So now we got 2
God, I
busted
didn't even take the
TVs.
tag
Now we got
off
2
yet.
busted TVs. That was the point I wanted to play it for. Now we got 2 busted TVs. Yeah, because you couldn't stop him the first time. You're the parent, but you couldn't stop him the
dad.
first time. Holy shit.
The dad sounds like such a bitch.
He's a
I
cuck.
didn't even
No, he's
get
most
to
certainly
take
a cuck.
the tag off.
He's definitely
Tag off yet.
No, Leanna, don't touch it. Oh my gosh. Leland.
Oh, and then listen to the little girl.
Now we
in the
got
background.
2 busted TVs.
my favorite. Is we got 2 busted TVs.
See,
That is
another part too that was hilarious. Because the little girl, like, she doesn't give two shits. She's in the background somewhere.
She's just chilling. She's just like, hey, man, stop, bro. Blue, hey, yo, chill, dog.
Out of the blue, you hear her go, look at my new shoes. Your brother is going ham on a TV right now, and you want everyone to look at your new shoes. You stupid little white girl. Shut up.
That was some privileged ass shit, bro. That was some privileged ass shit. That is a great...
Get Leland. Leland, give me the hammer. Leland, give me the hammer.
You're not even fucking taking it. You're not even trying to take it from the fucking kid.
Oh, that's a great video right there.
Oh, dude, I had to play that video. This.
That one's got tears coming in my eyes.
Yeah, dude. Ooh. But it just proves a point. You'll never see a black or Hispanic. And I'm going to say, I hate to break it down this way, but I've not once seen a video like this that came from a black or Hispanic family that were literally just standing there filming it and not doing anything about it. That right there is the like, whoa. And, god damn, obviously, and, I talk about this a lot because putting fear in kids, right? I wouldn't even have had the thought to take a hammer to something that my mom bought. Oh my god, I can imagine what would have happened. I can't imagine what would have happened.
Yeah, like
I remember one time. I remember we came back. We came back from Colombia. We came back.
Experienced it. I already know
what happens when you do some shit like that.
We came back from Colombia.
I've literally been duct taped hands and my wrists together, and then like I know very well what happens when you do some fuck shit.
No, that was like my grandpa raised his sons. My dad.
There you go.
Why is this breaking up? Hello? There we go.
You're fine, dude. You're good.
Yep, you're good.
My grandpa would chain the brothers together if they were fighting. He would put like chain link, like bike chains around their ankles and have them walk around with each other until they got along. That's the kind of shit that sounds like you. That's the kind of shit that sounds like you guys went through.
Real shit, dude. Exactly.
See, I think we talked about this before too. Like, so we're kind of on this topic. Growing up, well, see, you guys had, for the most part, you guys had men. But was a single mom for most of my life. Well, all of my life, really. My mom, and I think we talked about this, she would let her boyfriends punish me. Like, do a picture for like months, and if I fucked up, it's like my 6 years old, me spanking it. Like, what do you guys think about something like that? As they're both parents, if you knew that your baby mama, because neither one of you are with your baby mamas, were in relationships, and your children acted out, and their significant others, they were just boyfriends, actually, just boyfriends, not even like husbands or fiancés or anything like that, just a boyfriend, and your baby mamas allowed the boyfriend to put in place the consequence, the punishment. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so me and the mothers of both of my children have an agreement. No other men.
You sounded so black there.
The mothers of my children, yeah. The mothers of my children. Yeah. That is.
I can say that he's black.
The mamas of my.
But but see, that's just it, man. I didn't say that. I said mothers, so maybe it's more like trailer trash.
Oh my God! You said I was mad earlier on the phone. You said you told me to put some shit on the stream. I was, letting out my racist card a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Letting out my racist card. All
A little
right.
bit earlier. Let's move on from that. I'm not trying to get killed.
The agreement that we've got is to not let any other people deal with our children. Period. Don't even.
You have to deal with the consequences.
Don't even let them. Don't even let them see any other figures like that.
I respect that.
That's how it is with me and Jen. Jen knows very clearly that if a man is going to treat, am I here? Were you here?
Yep.
Okay. If a man is going to treat, or talk to my daughter in any way, shape, or form, it's only going to be on the basis of something they can give. Whether it's, we're out at a store, they want to buy a toy, whatever the fucking case may be, whatever. But if it comes to behavioral issues, yeah, we have pretty much the same agreement that says, you're in charge of that. That no men, and if my daughter was in my care, 24/7, if she was here, Sam wouldn't have a say. No woman would have a say. In what happens. That's just respectful, man. Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it.
Now, what if you and your partner were married now? So it's not just like a girlfriend situation. This is now a step parent.
So
does that rule slightly bend a little bit?
So
good question.
The way I deal with it is kind of like, again, I'm in control. So if I say she can give rules, she can give rules. If I say she can't, then she can't. Ultimately, I have the final authority. But if I'm not there, yes, the adult figure needs to be able to give commands. And so, yes, you had better listen to her. Or if you don't, and I come back and find out about it, there's going to be issues.
At the end of the day, you as my child's mother, I need to trust in your choices. That's not going to work out all the time in my favor, unfortunately. But we're going to hope, and through our conversations and through the fact that we actually are getting along and we are having conversations, we are talking, we are figuring out things for our daughter, that you make an appropriate decision that is healthy for both you and our daughter. You know what I'm saying? You're not just choosing for you anymore at this point. And you need to be very, very careful and very you need to know what you're doing when it comes to dating in this point, when there is a kid involved. And so I trust her. I trust that she will date a right person, that she will date the right person that will, that won't stretch boundaries, that will show me respect. If it ever came down to my daughter. Outside of that, I don't want to know about that nigga. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to know the nigga's name. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the fact that he is actually interacting with my daughter, now we actually have to have a conversation. And the conversation is, can I trust you as my child's mom to make an appropriate decision that would be healthy for both you and our kid? That's what it comes down to.
Right.
That's the conversation we've had many a time,
And that makes sense. And
I'm lucky. She's been very cool about it. What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
What the hell was I don't even know how that was playing. That's creepy.
But you see, that was the right time.
That's
You
creepy.
see, he came in with the little girl saying, "You like my new shoes?"
That's like my daughter. Dude, I swear to God, that was like my daughter trying to get a hold of me. That was so weird. Because my daughter likes me. Asks me, "Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like this drawing? Do you like this?" I'm like, "Yes, Melanie. Yes, sweetheart. Yes, it's beautiful. Anything you do is fucking amazing. Can we just get through it? Everything you do is beautiful. It's fucking tremendous."
Yeah, let's keep it moving. 844-997-0775. Join us on the phone lines. Ask us anything. We are open books. Talk to us about anything we've talked about. Disciplining your children, significant others, Karens in the world, Trump, whatever you want to talk about. To listener question, out to Shay. She left the voice for us. And then it was back in.
That's not just something that your mother is telling you, bro. You need to really listen to that. Invest, and invest some more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. If I was telling my teenage self something, if I was knowing what I know today, and going back and telling my teenage self something, it would definitely be financial. Yeah, save your money, be smarter with your money. Yeah,
but I mean, like,
100%
as far as
get into
women,
all the credit card debt.
I kind of when I first said that, like, be smart. Also, like, don't think that it's the end of the world when a girl leaves you or when a relationship.
Oh, that's the one for me. That's the one for me.
You are a fucking king in these streets. Like, you are running things. You have nothing to worry about. Also, American women leave a lot to be desired. Look outside of American borders. But I learned that pretty quick. I learned that at 19. So, but again, my teenage self was caught up on a lot of fucked up American shit. I don't know, man. Like the world. Another thing I'd say, I guess, to sum it all up, the world is big. Be smart when you're operating in it.
I think that's a good one.
I actually really like the way you just put that. That's 100%. Yeah, I agree with that one a lot. Now, on a little bit more of a personal note too, like for me, if I was going back to tell myself my teenage self stuff, and we may have talked past episodes, that I would have
effort that it would have taken to accomplish what I what I set out to accomplish was the type of effort that I was not willing to put in because it would have made the job a job. And what I've discovered about myself is that maybe this is another something I tell myself.
Grounded.
I like being happy. I don't like being rich. I don't like being paid. I like being happy. And this is what makes me happy. Like, I don't think slaving over books and tests and fretting and worrying and bitching and sleeping in dormitories, and that's not my end.
100%.
I was just talking about this with Adam the other day, actually, because I was just speaking about how, my equipment, my audio equipment, the things that I've spent my money on that I love, whether it be audio equipment, whether it be traveling get some pussy, get some my dick wet.
Yeah,
It really is in compensation for the fact that I won't ever have a car in my life. I won't have multiple cars.
Oh, yeah,
I won't
yeah,
have
yeah,
cars
yeah.
to fix up. I won't have, any of that. And so
Our expenses aren't on vehicles; it's on
our
things around us, our
craft,
technology.
our
Yeah.
technology, the things that we want to learn, the things that we want to, no, a lot of people, yeah, and of course, it trickles, right? Because, you're sighted. That means you can go out and apply for any fucking job. I mean, any fucking thing. No matter how bullshit it is. It could be a fucking, McDonald's. So you can go out and get a fucking McDonald's job. You can work a bullshit job for about 8 hours. You can make some decent money, put it away, stay at home with your mom, till whatever. You're 23, 24, 25 in 2020 standards. I don't know what the fuck 2020 standards are. I know is for sure by 2011 I wanted to move out. That was when I was 18 and I wanted to move out right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the things that scares me about the world right now is that a lot of people don't feel that anymore. Nobody feels like they can leave their house, before a certain age. Honestly, like...
Well, there's no reason parents today aren't pushing children out. Parents today are I don't want to say coddling their children. It's definitely a lot more.
I know what you're saying, bro.
I
know exactly what you're saying.
You're 18 years old. It's figure it out. If you're going to college, I'll let you stay here. You're staying in the dorms at college, but on the weekends you can come home. Or
you
in
can
the
come
holidays,
home.
you
Exactly.
Come home,
Exactly.
But after college,
that's it,
get
baby.
out.
Figure
You're
it
done.
out. Figure
You're
it out.
done.
Yup. Figure
and if
it
you're
out.
18 and you're going to go right into the working world, I'll give you 6 months. 6 months to get a job, save your money, and find an. After that, you're done. You're out. That's an 80s, 90s thing. But today,
that's what I had to deal with. Well, see, my that was kind of my mom's philosophy. I remember I fucked up on my college papers once. And her words literally were to me, this is almost verbatim, so it's a paraphrase. This is an exact paraphrase. And she said, "You need to hurry up, get up." I had fallen asleep on the couch because I'd worked out a ton, like all night and that morning, and I was exhausted. And she came in the house and she was like, and I'd fucked up on my college papers, and it was getting late in the summer, almost too late for me to get in, and she was like, "You need to figure out what you're gonna do with your life." Right? As just to say that because you didn't have your college shit in order, you then therefore don't know what you're going to do with your life, or you can't decide what you're going to do with your life, right? Like this sort of like, and so it is an 80s 90s mentality, but I'm a 90s kid. I was born at the top of the 90s, so when my mom said that, it was coming from a place of, you've been under my wing for this long. It's time for you to leave the nest. You need to figure out what you're going to do with your life. Now, here's the thing. I've never been under the impression that school is the end-all, be-all. I've never been under the impression that going to school is going to make me money. I think my mom's always been under that impression. And when she saw what I ended up becoming, she was cool with it because she knew I had a life. But I think parents a lot of times are just fucking weirded out by the fact that you might not, especially the ones who care, not the parents of blind people who just let the blind people to their own devices. And again, we were talking about the social cues the other day. But blind parents who really care, they want you. Parents who really care in general want you to have a good life. They want you to have these things. But what it takes to get that, I think, is often misunderstood. You don't need college to have that, and you don't need like anything that has been like humdrum normal to have a good life. And I think that's what parents miss. People miss, in fact.
I think, and that's the thing, right? Like, being in politics, being really interested in politics within the last 5 years, this idea that, we can still make lives, though, in our age. Brando, you're lucky. You were physically lucky to be able to be put in a position where you were able to defend yourself physically. And you wanted to be able to take that skill and to be able to teach other people how to do that, right? Not a lot of people are skilled with that physical, or not skilled, but are not lucky to have that, type of body, that type of endurance. And I think that's why I give a lot of props to guys that do a lot of physical work like you, and sports. One of the biggest things I support is sports and athleticism, because that's real shit. If you have it, you have it, and if you fucking don't, you fucking don't. So I really believe that that's huge. Unfortunately, in 2020, a lot of people may have made bad decisions. Food is so much, shit food is cheaper. It's very expensive to eat healthy. We're put in a position where corporate companies are paying the top dollar to the top guy, and everybody else gets paid, chicken bone chips. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the 80s and 90s mentality is really dangerous, and that's what I fear is not getting out of that for another 10, 15, 20 years. We're still going to sit in this idea that, millennials fucking lazy, piece of shit. They don't want to fucking work for what they got. But the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s made this impossible for people in 2020 to work.
But you and I know from experiences growing up, and your own personal upbringing, Latin people, Italian, they live with their parents for a lot longer than what.
So they're 30, baby.
Would consider to be normal. You know what I mean?
So they're 30.
So it's not unnormal. I've heard of teenage boys sleeping in the beds with their moms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Down in Cuba and shit. So
you're right.
It's not
I think what it is
it's just
too,
a different way of doing shit.
It's a different way of doing shit, and there's also a different way, a different level of expectation. You understand? Because, in another country, or in America, there is and maybe it could be just certain sectors. It could be broken down to the blind thing, but there is this frowning upon if you do live at home. If you do past, 21, 22, 23, 24, that was the 80s idea. If you live past that in your mama house, you're a failure. You haven't made it. You haven't done anything. You haven't fucking given your all. You haven't fucking, worked for the bootstraps type of shit. What's the cutoff now? What's the cutoff in 2020? Is it 35?
I honestly don't know that it is. I think it's within a certain reason, but I mean, my lady, her daughter, lived with us, and she's out now, but all she really did was she moved back down to California, and she lives with her grandma now, but she is trying to work and get her money up so that she can get her own place. But I don't think there is an urgency now. There's not an age now. Whereas, like I said earlier,
don't you think that that's a problem?
With 18,
society-wise, don't you think that? And maybe it's us because we're stuck in an old school mind frame.
But all three of us are definitely old school.
1,000%.
Even for you guys being 10 years younger than me, you guys, fuck, Dan, you're older than I am mentally.
It's weird. It's weird, dude. Yeah. No, I'm an old ass man.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think that is everything. I really believe that comes with life, though. I believe that's part of like all of our experiences affect us differently, right? Just from person to person. If a person, that you spent $300 on, and they left your house, they lied to you and told you they were gonna, and they just automatically left your house overnight while you were sleeping, and you probably would interpret that a little differently than I would. You know what I'm saying? You probably just in general, it might not be true, but you might process that differently than I would. That happened to me. And all I could stay was angry and feel like damn, like if my closest nigga's gonna do that to me, then everybody's gonna do that type of shit to me. You understand? So everything, I really think it really is dependent on how different things affect different people. Because I can swear to you right now that I'm sure you've been through shit that I could never imagine, Adam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
From the diabetes stuff to all that bullshit. And then from, Brando's standpoint, from Chicago, being, in an area where it's completely about murder, and you have to, like, if I felt like I have to look over my shoulder, I feel like Brando had to look over his shoulder 50 times more than I ever had to, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
I learned how to do surveillance routes because of that bullshit.
Exactly my point. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't. So everything, I like one thing that I've definitely been learning as I've been getting older is like how individual shit is, even if it's good. So like I gave an example to Sam the other day or whatever, and I said something like, oh, we're losing internet, guys. Just bear with me here for just a second. I don't want to have to repeat myself. They'll hear me. They'll have to get it twice, or you'll have to get it twice, unfortunately. So let's just wait until they get back here. This vodka's hitting me good though.
It's such a soft world that we live in anymore. Everything is so soft. Everybody's so sensitive. Everybody's so touchy. You got to be careful what you say. Like,
I agree.
I'm a straight fucking shooter, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Well, do you have the clip loaded up? I'm so glad that you're bringing this up. Do you have the clip loaded up of KRS-One saying that, if there was an award for telling the truth, more people would do it? And
I can get there. Hold on,
honestly, pull that clip up because I think that's very important to say. And I saw that clip, or not even saw the clip. I saw the fucking quote, and I had fucking chills up my spine. I'm not even gonna lie, because that was something I felt. Like I felt like that directly affected me in the event that, I say a lot of real shit. Like even sometimes that it might come out in joking.
Let's give a little bit of backstory on this.
Let's do that.
This clip came out recently. It's an old clip, but it came out recently regarding Nick Cannon.
Yeah, so
those
let's
that don't know, Nick Cannon said some shit.
Yeah, he was on a podcast with Professor.
Actually, get into what are you?
Let it catch up. He was on a podcast with Professor Griff. Just another guy out here trying to do another podcast, but he actually is an educational, professor. He was having a conversation with him about the black takeover necessarily. We don't want to really play the Nick Cannon clips just because I feel like they've been definitely, we feel like they've been definitely played all over the place. You can find it. You can find it 1,000%. Yeah. But we're going to bypass those clips to talk about the effect, because the effect truly is, either telling the truth or, because that's how KRS-One put it, telling the truth or saying how you truly feel and it not coming back, it not coming back in a healthy